Hey everyone, today's video I'm going to be talking about how Hollywood is so focused on the culture war and they're taking even more broad approaches now, and don't be surprised when things get even worse. Let's start off by talking about a couple of recent news, some elephants in the room, very freshly birthed elephants in the room. So it's time to talk about the director of Blue Beetle. Years ago, he said something about wanting the Orange Man to be offed. Now, um, here's the thing. You can say whatever you want to say. I don't agree with it, but you can say it, right? My problem is the double standards. You can guarantee if the words were changed around from Orange Man to another person from a different political party, yeah, this person wouldn't have had a job today. And this was back in 2018, so he still had a job. Then he deleted his tweet. He deleted it. It's gone. So he is somewhat conscious about this tweet, and I feel like he doesn't want controversy for this movie, or he just doesn't want controversy for himself and the movie. Regardless, um, even in this movie, there was a scene in the trailer. Now, obviously, trailers have no context so much, so towards the end, I think this was more of a joke, played as a joke, but there was a character who said Batman is a fascist. Now, people pointed this out, and the writer of this line was so happy about it, cheering it on and whatnot. It's really insane, really. Like, what's going on? Honestly. Okay, moving on. Moving on. I want to talk about the latest Spider-Man movie. This animated movie is basically a sequel to the Miles Morales, the first Miles Morales movie. So here we go, another one. Now, look, this is not my cup of tea, but I have a problem. In one of the scenes in the trailer, there was this this flag, and it said "Protect Trans Kids." It was very faint, but with a bright screen, you can definitely see it, and I'm sure many on the big screen will see it. And let me just say that this is going to be censored for some countries. Absolutely, it's going to be censored. That's why they kind of put it in that angle so they can easily erase it out or cover it up with something else. So, my problem is that these guys don't really care about any. First things first, they don't care about a lot of these things. If they do care, then their executors are going to strike them down. Now, what else can I say? But some of these people who are working in the industry very much know that this is a culture war. This war is happening, and look, this is also a message for you too. This war is happening, whether you want it to or not. And they have been focused on this war for years. They always get angry when normies always get angry when we talk about the culture war, always say it's some kind of fake culture war. I didn't start this culture war, this modern culture war. I never started it. People, Hollywood just acted very terrible. People responded, and then this modern culture war kind of came about. But just remember that Hollywood now is taking even more broad approaches, adding all these flags and whatnot. And what's interesting is that you know very well this is going to be erased for some countries, but you know very well they'll be talking about it. They're going to be boasting about it as if this thing is going to save millions of people, apparently. I don't get why people want trans children, because when you're a child, there's so much to know. You are going through a lot when you're a child. You may think you want to transition, and then when you get older, you realize, oh no, you don't want to transition. So why are we allowing children to stun stun their um, regular puberty for the sake of fake hormones? Let's face it. Let's face the facts that not every child, no child should go through this. Number one, children say stupid things. Number two, um, this is very unhealthy for a young age. And it's really upsetting how many people are willing to just go out of their way and put this out, you know, to actually add this in a background, knowing very well they have to take it out. What's the point of adding it in if you're just going to take it out for other countries? Give the entire world one version and that's it. Done. You save money on editing. Done. It's kind of unfortunate how things are going, but don't be fooled. Hollywood very much wants to participate in this culture war, and they don't care. They don't care how you feel about your. They don't care about how you feel about your favorite IPs, your favorite characters. They're just gonna milk it all for cash, and also input some of their beliefs in it, and then they'll boast about it. Then you complain about it. Take the recent movies, the recent trailers for uh, Peter Pan and Wendy and The Little Mermaid. I don't know if those movies are out yet, but what's strange is years ago when I heard about the Little Mermaid live action and it's going to be race swapped, I knew very well that a lot of people are going to be accepting of this, but come 2023, most people are very disappointed because back in 2019 when the news broke, most people were down with this concept. Most people were supportive of this concept. So I don't know what snapped. Maybe the Rings of Power and Velma show really opened people's eyes. But trust me, like back in 2019, even though there were people against the social justice mob, many people were totally fine with this type of concept of race swapping the Little Mermaid. So all I'm trying to say is that some people are waking up to what's going on, and some people are still going to be protective because either they don't want to be seen as evil to the Hollywood's eye, or they just want free swag. Swag. Okay, I know this video is going all over the place because I've been trying to make this video for so long. This is unscripted. Plus, my voice keeps changing over and over. Okay, to round it off, let me just say that this is going to continue for some time and more people are going to be exposed to what's going on, but it's going to be a bit too late, because by 2030 you're not going to have race swaps. You're going to have complete characters going through transition arcs. Don't be surprised about that. And I think one important note is not to be so dependent on Hollywood for entertainment, because Hollywood is slowly dying because they're killing themselves. A lot of controversies in the background, but also the way most of modern actors and actresses come out on social media, the way they treat others on social media, it really just shows how crazy they are, and it really opens people's eyes out, if that made any sense. I know this video is going all over the place and I apologize. I just wanted to ramble about this because I've had these thoughts in my mind for some time. I just wanted to get them out. So, yeah. Hollywood, no matter what actors will say about the culture war, they're not interested. They're very interested. They're very interested in the culture war. Um, to round off, let me just say that life is going to be pretty interesting for the entertainment industry because innovation is needed. Just because something goes stale doesn't mean you can't get something else, you know? People are going to be innovating. And I think when failure comes, when the bad sea comes, you always look to a different sea because you can't just stick to one sea only. You have to check other oceans. You have to always improvise. Life is always about improvising. The reason why we got here is because of improvising. The reason why many of us are here because we kept improvising. Oh, this didn't work. Oh well, let me try something else. We always did that. Hollywood's not working for us. Hollywood don't deserve our money. So guess what? I'm going to improvise with entertainment. People are going to take their money, put it elsewhere. I'm not going to watch this movie. I'm just going to put my wallet in my pocket and not give this movie a dime or anything a dime. The one thing I've noticed about many progressives who boycotted Hogwarts Legacy is that I don't agree with them. Okay, first let me just make it clear. I don't agree with the way they did it. I don't agree with the way some people harassed, but the fact that many of them were so strict on their boycott, they were so strict on it, they never caved in, they never changed their mind so many times. Once they said they're going to boycott this, they boycotted it and completely did not waste their money. Do you understand that? They did not spend $60 to $70 on it because it didn't impact them. They didn't want to play it. They did not want to do any of that. They were vocal about it, yes, but, very big but over here. This needs to be learned from many other political sides because when it comes to the right, it's so hard for them for us to give up certain foods. I understand it's crazy. Um, so that's just what I'm trying to say. Like, even though I disagree with the tactics they use, they are very much strict on their values. They're very much going to say, okay, if I don't want, if this film doesn't have my views or this film is against my views, I'm not going to watch it. And they don't do it. They just don't do it. So what am I trying to tell over here? You can learn a lot of interesting things from your enemy. You don't have to make noise. You just ignore it. Because the one way to completely win is to ignore something. I know people always say don't ignore things, don't take no. Sometimes some situations record no, uh, not record need to be ignored. So if a movie comes out that you don't like, you can ignore it and move on with your life. You don't have to make it vocal, you can just ignore it. And that way it helps. How many people forgot about that movie that came out, I think, last year about some all female agents? How many people forgot about that movie? The first day, day one of January, I saw that trailer and I was sighing so much. I was like, oh my goodness, the beginning of the year, they want to haunt us with this. So I forgot about that. A lot of people did. And no one talks about it. So you understand? Some things just require people to just ignore everything. So if you ignore these movies that Hollywood is making and just move on with your life, Hollywood will lose money. There you go. There you go. It's an easy way to boycott something without being rude or completely moronic. You can easily just ignore something and move on with your life. Have a fantastic day. Bye.